All right, let's dive into a really simple health experiment. We're talking about one type of nut, a 30-day plan, and what it could mean for your thyroid, the master controller of your body's metabolism. So let's see how this all works.
So here's the big question, and I know what you're thinking. It sounds way too simple, right? Just 3 Brazil nuts a day? What could that possibly do? Well, the secret isn't really the nut itself. It's about one incredibly powerful micronutrient hiding inside.
And that brings us to the real star of the show here, selenium. Look, if your thyroid is the engine that runs your body, then you can think of selenium as its premium, high-octane fuel. It is literally the magic ingredient that makes this whole thing go. So what's the deal with selenium? Well, it plays two absolutely huge roles. First, it's an antioxidant, so it's constantly protecting your thyroid gland from all sorts of damage. And second, and this is the big one, it's essential for converting your thyroid hormones into their active form, the form your body can actually put to work. Okay, to really get a grip on this, think about it like this. You've probably heard that the allicin in garlic is fantastic for your heart, right? Well, selenium is to the thyroid what allicin is to the heart. It's a specific nutrient that has this incredibly targeted, powerful impact on one specific organ. It just goes to show how precise nutrition can be.
So let's break down the mechanics. It's pretty straightforward. First, you eat the Brazil nuts. Simple enough. Then, your body takes that selenium and uses it to build these amazing antioxidant compounds called selenoproteins. And from there, these selenoproteins get to work, doing those two key jobs, shielding the thyroid and, most importantly, helping to flip the switch on your hormones, converting the storage kind into the active kind your body needs. So now we know the what and the how. Let's get into the when. What does this 30-day journey actually feel like? We're going to walk through the whole timeline, from day 1 all the way to the full transformation a month later.
Here's the roadmap for our journey. We'll start at day 1, when you're just laying the foundation. Then we'll jump ahead to week 2, when things really start to pick up and that engine starts revving. And finally, we'll see what everything looks like at day 30, the full transformation.
On the very first day, things start happening almost immediately. As soon as you eat those nuts, your body gets this fresh new supply of selenium, and that kickstarts the production of all those vital selenial proteins. It's kind of like a construction crew getting a surprise delivery of all the best materials. Your thyroid now has exactly what it needs to start building up its defenses. Okay, now let's fast forward to week 2. By this point, you've been consistent, and your body's selenoprotein levels are up and stable. That hormone conversion process, it's becoming way more efficient. This is really the point where your body's metabolic engine starts to get a serious tune-up. And here we are, day 30. After a whole month of this, the cumulative effects can be really significant. Your thyroid has been operating with its optimal fuel source, day in and day out. Its antioxidant shield is strong, and those hormone pathways are running smoothly. The thing to remember is, this isn't some overnight fix. It's a gradual, supportive transformation that you've built day by day.
So after going through this whole 30-day process, what's the one big idea you should walk away with? Honestly, it all comes down to something incredibly simple but also really profound, about the power of small, consistent actions. This quote just nails it. You don't always need to tear down your whole life and start over to be healthy. Sometimes a tiny, consistent choice, like eating 3 Brazil nuts every day, can have a massive impact on how your body works. It's just such a powerful reminder that simple daily habits really do add up to meaningful results. All right, so let's just recap the big takeaways here. First, Brazil nuts are an absolute powerhouse of selenium, one of the best sources you can find anywhere. Second, that selenium is absolutely crucial for your thyroid to do its job, both for protection and for hormone conversion. And finally, consistency over 30 days is what really lets those benefits build up and support a real transformation. And that really just leaves us with one final thought. If something as small as a few nuts a day can make this kind of difference, it makes you wonder, right? What other tiny habits could we build into our lives that might have a huge positive impact on our health? Something to think about. Thanks so much for watching.